morning, guys. It's like 9:30. I am heading to my final market of the year. It is the Hexes and Jinxes, Jingles and Jinxes Christmas market. It's their first year ever running this. It's 2 days. It is so huge, and I can't wait to show you what is around. We are at Hexes and Jinxes, Jingles and Jinxes Christmas market. So it just opened like maybe half hour ago, and I have already sold so many bowl cozies, and I'm freaking out because we have 7 hours left of this show. So I'm gonna go home and try to make more if I can, or I can bust out the old Christmas stuff and my Marvel and nerdy stuff, because we're done at 9 and I don't feel like selling it after 9 o'clock. At least the live music is really good. So day 1 is officially over. I did really well today. I'm still not gonna sew for the rest of the evening, so I'm gonna like grab my bins here and grab the bowl cozies from the Nerd and up here, and maybe the coffee sleeves here, and then maybe I'll work on some of the coffee sleeves like over here that needs to have a button. I gotta wait for the pizzas to cook because I actually bought homemade pizzas. Gabe is eating spicy barbecue chicken because he is a spicy human being and I'm not, and I'm really excited for mine. Mine's creamy dill. That sounds gross to some people, or to my mother, apparently. But I'm really, really, really excited. I love dill pickle. I love dill pickle so much. I bought these pizzas from Lumberjack Pizza, and they are from St. Thomas. So if these are good, I'm gonna end up going over there and buying more. And then I bought from Mrs. Aunt Aldo's kitchen because she came back, and I love her baked goods. So last time I saw her was at the Punk Rock Flea Market, and she did not have the banana bread that I always buy from her. So I ended up finally getting chocolate chip banana bread and cinnamon banana bread. Cinnamon sugar banana bread, actually. And then since they were so good and we needed more, we bought peanut butter cookies and my oatmeal raisin with chocolate chip. I'm showing you these now because I don't know if they're going to make it by the end of the night. How was today? Today's sales were great. The traffic was like, it was steady. Like, it wasn't so packed, but it wasn't so dead either. It was pretty steady. A lot of people have said that they did pretty well for the first day. We were there from 10 to 9. Super freaking long. I don't think we should have been 10 to 9 today. I honestly think that we should have been at least till 6 or 7. But other than that, it was pretty long, but it was a great day. I sold 2 of my handbags, 2 of my sweater dresses, lot of cup cozies, so that's why I'm going up there and like bringing more from over here to the show. I sold a bunch of dice bags, and I only have like 5 bowl cozies left, and again, I'm going up there to grab those. I liked the way I set up my wristlets. They sold like crazy. Out of all things to get, that they sold like crazy. I wish I made more of the coffin coin pouches with the new fabrics that I got, because everybody wanted matchy with the wristlets. So I'm just gonna, you know, relax for the evening and get my till ready and get ready for tomorrow. It is 9 a.m. I've been up since 7:30, but physically up by 9 a.m. I spent like 10 minutes trying to find my glasses, and I couldn't find them. So I had to wear my gaming ones, and as soon as I wore my gaming ones, I found my glasses. Anyways, it is day 2 of Jingles and Jinxes Christmas market, and we're gonna go get coffee because I really need that, and breakfast because I also really need that. And then I brought some stuff to put on my booth. I forgot I had like half a bin left of scrunchies and another half bin full of scrunchies, like solid colors. I'm just gonna grab those and just put them on my table and sell them. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today, just to get them out of my house. we are officially at the last hour mark for Jingles and Jinxes. Pretty much made half of what I made yesterday, which is not a problem. As long as I make enough money for insurance and car repairs that I owe to my mother, that's all that matters. Purely wicked is letting me borrow this dolly because it's so fucking long and it carries all my shit, and all I have to do is make one trip and then come back and bring this back to them. But I mean, like, it's better than making like 4 or 5 like the other day. Loading out has been fucking ridiculous. The freight elevator that I used earlier on Friday night is no longer working, so we use a different freight elevator that's on the other side of the mall. And then they didn't close the freight elevator that they used last, so we had to call security and get them to close the said freight elevator doors. And then I finally get all my shit into the elevator down to the main floor so I can load up in my car. However, I did not know the security just locked the door while I was unloading. And well, my fucking coat rack is still inside. And like, these were unlocked the entire time I was unloading. I finally made it home, and it took me 2 hours to get home from Jingles and Jinxes. So, but let's talk about the event as a vendor. As a vendor, the event was amazing. I and a lot of other vendors were doing amazingly well, considering the traffic of the customers wandering around the area. It didn't look like we were ever busy, or the traffic wasn't even packed. It was very steadily, but a lot of people were shopping. Like, it was awesome. And judging how the layout was when I was there and on the map, they separated the CREEPMAS people, and then there were some vendors who did like everything, you know. I was part of the CREEPMAS area because of my aesthetic. Where I was at, it was perfect. Across from me was a coffee vendor. So if I ever need coffee, it's just directly across from my booth. And if I wanted food, it was like 2 tables away from there and a little bit far on my left. And if I wanted to eat trees, I could just waltz across the room and it's right there, and I can still keep an eye on my booth. So I love the layout that I was in, but overall the layout was great. It was very spacious. No one felt like they're gonna be like chest to chest or back to back. It was enough room for everyone to look everywhere or not be in people's way. Pretty Wicked was very gracious on booth space. I think for the first time, probably in a really long time, and I've been doing this for a really long time, they were very gracious with the space. I remember getting the video of what my space was, and I was like, oh, it's pretty big. And then they gave me like a corner space, and they wanted to be like, are you sure? Like, are you okay with the corner space? And I was like, I love corner spaces. So that prepped me at home to bring like 2 tables, which I don't think I really needed. I could have just dealt with it with the one side. I really didn't need the 2 tables. Now, a lot of vendors, they measured their spaces. I had a lot of space. I mean, I could have just grabbed both my tables and go one way facing the food court, but I just kept it as a corner. But I knew one vendor dropped out. Like, she was very burnt out, and she was like, I can't do this. There's just been so much going on. So she dropped out, and I had this giant space. Now, I don't know if she was supposed to be next to me, but I had this giant space between another vendor and myself, and we were like, we hate how there's an empty space there, but we totally understand. But it was an overall amazing experience. Sales were great for everyone, which I'm really happy about. For the first time, I was doing a show where I didn't feel so cramped, and I hate feeling that way, but it is what it is. I just deal with like that kind of space as a vendor, but this was awesome. I was actually pretty good this year with shopping. I really didn't want to really buy much, and I'm trying not to use my store money unless I really need it, or I can splurge it. So I bought those treats, which they survived except for the cookies. There's only one cookie left of peanut butter, and there's 2 oatmeal raisin cookies. I think Gabe saved those for me. And then we still have banana bread that hasn't been opened. I did end up getting Gabe as an early Christmas gift because he really, really wanted it, and I know how much he would want it. I got him like this mango sweet hot sauce because Gabe's a spicy bean. So then I asked them, what is your hottest sauce? Like, I'm talking like dangerously hot. And they said, oh, we have a hot sauce made out of scorpion pepper, and apparently it's one of the hottest peppers on the planet. And so I bought that for Gabe, and then I showed Gabe, and Gabe's just like, I'm gonna die. So he's waiting for a few of his friends to come over so they can all try it, and then I'm gonna record it and send it to the company that I bought it from. I don't have it on top of my head, and they want to see the reaction of the hot sauce. I don't think they're gonna put it on meals. I think they're just gonna take like a drop and try it out, but that is it. I did end up getting one thing for me, and I saw it and I kind of wanted it. I was deciding if I wanted this one or this one, and so I did end up buying from Beautiful Chaos Creations. It is this dragon necklace because I am still obsessing over Game of Thrones. I'm actually rewatching House of the Dragon because I miss my dragons. So I got this beautiful dragon necklace, and then I paid for it, and then she came back like 2 minutes later and was like, take your money back, let's do a trade. And I was like, I'm down for a trade. And so she took 2 bowl cozies because that was the equivalent of the necklace. And I said, I'm down to keeping the money. And she was like, okay, I want to do some trades instead because I really like these bowl cozies. And they got the gaming ones because I ran out. I actually ran out of all of my creepy cute Halloween stuff. Now let's talk about the location and my experience for loading in and loading out. As much as I appreciated the layout, the space, you know, and food and the lights and whatnot, the mall they picked, which I understand because the other 2 malls we have in my city, they're much more busier and probably a lot more expensive. The location, however, is at a dead mall, and it's usually filled with high school kids from across the street. There's like a gym, like Urban Planet, and then upstairs is a bunch of clinics and doctor's offices. So it's usually quiet most of the day, unless you're like a parent and want to take their kids to the mall to like walk around and whatever. There are some stores, but they don't cater to like my age group. Not a lot of people really go there on a daily basis. So honestly, in order for people to come to the event, it's sharing on social media, word of mouth, and advertising it like crazy, which they did. They did a lot of advertising. They even put it on the radio, which I heard at work, and that kind of shocked me. So they did their best, which I applaud them. And as vendors, we also contributed on helping with the advertising. And then the area that we were in, we were tucked at the back on the 2nd floor. So in order for you to find us, if you didn't even know we were there, you would have to go upstairs and just like walk around and see the poster that said Jingles and Jinxes. And then you'd be like, oh, what's over there? So we were kind of tucked. And the area, it was blocked. So as soon as you go upstairs, you don't even know there's something happening there unless you see the open door with lights and the decorations and what have you. So there was that. And then loading took forever. And out. It wasn't an overall great experience with the loading, I will admit. So you had two choices. You can carry your items if they're not too heavy on the glass elevators, but there would be a risk of if there's too much weight or if you happen to move ever so slightly and one of your items happens to fall, could break the glass, you know? So I took option number 2 because I am known to like break things without trying or something just doesn't go my way. So option number 2 was if you have a lot of heavy items, you have to load in the back on the freight elevator, and then you have to walk from where the freight elevator took you all the way to the other side of the mall. Yes, the freight elevator was on the other side of the mall. So I had to do at least 2 to 3 trips just to make sure because my dolly was so small. I need to get a new dolly. I really hate the one I have. But my dolly was so small and it didn't fit everything. And I even have to ask one of the organizers if I can borrow their dollies because if I just borrow one of their large dollies and then put everything on there, I would be done with 2 trips instead of like 3 or 4, which they were nice to let me do. And that's another thing that was very, very happy about with the organizers. They had extra dollies for a lot of vendors. And so that was a pain. And a lot of vendors did not know how to use a freight elevator. So I had to like help them out with the freight elevator because I worked at a movie theater for 10 years and we had to do our garbage run in a mall, and the mall, you have to use a freight elevator to get downstairs to the garbage area. So I have 10 years of experience on how to do this. And girls were like, no, the doors are closed. And I'm like, no, they're not closed. You literally have to shut them tight. Like you have to make sure that rubber sensor bar knows it is touching the other sensor bar. If you leave it like this, it is not gonna go. So that was fun. Loading out, I made it kind of easy for me, but it was a slow process because the freight elevator that I used earlier on Friday was not working properly. Like something was going on with the doors. I guarantee you, they said there's something going on with the doors. I guarantee you, no one, not even security, because I had to show security how to use it as well. I guarantee you they did not realize how much they have to work to close the door. And then they were like, well, the doors are so heavy to pull, like they're not opening properly. And I'm sitting there going, you're not properly opening the doors. Like I was able to do it on Friday without any problems. And I don't know. I don't think I think they were working. I don't think no one knew what they were doing. So because of that reason, they had to make us use the other freight elevator. So I already moved my car where the freight elevator was, and then I found out about the news of the freight elevator. So I had to go to the other one where it was on the other side of the mall. So I had to put my stuff on the largest dolly because I took it. And I didn't want to make 2 trips. I just wanted to do one haul of a trip and then drop their dolly off. So I had to go find security and bring me to that elevator, bring me down, and then I had to go and move my car, and all I wanted was just my Starbucks and then go home and make dinner and like relax. That's all I wanted to do. So loading in and out was time consuming. It was painful. Oh, and washrooms, that was another thing. Washrooms were either halfway through the mall downstairs, or if you didn't want to go downstairs, it was on the other side of the mall. And when I went on Saturday, I went all the way there, and then there was a custodian and was like, someone's in there, but I have to clean it, so you're gonna have to go to the other one. Then they made me walk even further down the mall in a place that I'm like, I don't think I should be here. And it was really creepy. So all of that, the question is, will I be willing to come back? I would definitely come back to Jingles and Jinxes next year. I don't know if they're going to use the same location, because I think a lot of vendors, I didn't say anything, but unless they see this video, I wonder if they got a lot of complaints from vendors on how to load and in and out and whatnot. I don't know, but if they do the same location, I will definitely come back and like be prepared to deal with that scenario. Regardless, I'm coming back, either that location or a different location. So that was it. That is it, everybody. I got so many ideas for next year that I'm gonna be more prepped for. I literally went in there with leftover stock from my previous show the week before. It is what it is. And yeah, I had a great time, and I can't wait to come back next year. And now I'm on break. I am on break for the next 2 months, but know what I mean, I'm still gonna end up sewing. I gotta clean my whole area and get this all sorted out for preparations of next year. I got some patterns I wanna mess around with and tweak a little bit for upcoming products for certain shows next year, and like other shows, depending how much I've tweaked into it. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, give this video a nice like. And if you want to follow me and my other social media accounts, all of my links are down below in the description box as well. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to see further content such as this. If you guys are local in the Ontario, GTA, like Toronto, Hamilton, London, Ontario region, and you're interested in something like this, I highly suggest go follow Purely Wicked on Instagram. All their Instagrams so that you can get all the updates to their shows of Hexes and Jinxes and participate in Jingles and Jinxes next year. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care. Bye.